Coming up on the Lowdown, Xbox Live is having issues. Who isn't? Find out how and if it will affect you. People tend to love or hate Phil Fish, but this time, no matter how you feel about him, no one deserves what happened. Super Smash Bros. Full roster, including new characters, have been leaked, and now there's a video to back it up. The Lowdown starts now. I'm Elizabeth Panos with The Grid Gaming, bringing you the Lowdown. Xbox Live is currently experiencing social and online gaming issues, even though Microsoft resolved the signing in issues Xbox 360 and Xbox One users were having. The temporary outage is affecting the ability for users to join other Xbox Live members in online games, Diablo 3 party chat issues, and server unavailability issues. That's a lot of issues. Xbox Live support page asks members if they're having problems with those particular items and then says, "Us too, but we're working alongside our partner to get these issues fixed ASAP. We'll keep you posted when we have more information on this issue. In the meantime, thanks for staying patient." Bravely Second gameplay footage debuted this morning, highlighting some new content coming to the 3DS sequel. Nintendo Everything captured a Square Enix live stream showing new character Magnolia, along with returning jobs coming to the game with new looks, including the Time Mage, Red Mage, Valkyrie, and Superstar. A release date has not been set, but Bravely Second is supposed to be playable at next month's Tokyo Game Show, so maybe Square Enix will announce the date then. I know people are back and forth on opinions on Phil Fish, and I wasn't exactly his biggest fan, but nobody deserves this. Hackers compromised Fish's social security info, his passwords, and his company Polytron's PayPal account, along with other sensitive data. Fish then tweeted, "I would like to announce that Polytron and the Fez IP are now for sale. No reasonable offer will be turned down. I am done. I want out. Run away. Just don't do it. Give up your dreams. They are actually nightmares. Nothing is worth this. To every aspiring game developer out there, don't give up. It's not worth it." This is your audience. This is video games. Do you think this would really be the last we hear of Phil Fish? Who doesn't want to listen to Super Smash Bros. Even when they're not playing? Sakurai revealed to Miiverse a play-in-sleep mode option for the new song collection in the Smash Bros. Series. Now you can listen to songs with your headphones even when your 3DS is closed and use the L and R buttons to skip tracks. Sakurai also said that in Smash Run, the music that plays will be songs you've selected on the track list. I think I'd have a new playlist for my morning runs if I didn't have to carry the 3DS around with me. Spoiler alert! If you don't want to know about Super Smash Bros. Leaks, cover your eyes and ears for 30 seconds. Hackers claim to have discovered the rest of the Super Smash Bros. Roster by leaking screenshots from the 3DS version, including new characters Bowser Jr., Shulk from Xenoblade, and the dog from Duck Hunt. I'm excited about that one. They are also showing returning characters who have not yet been confirmed, like Ness. If that didn't convince you, the same user, ESRB0083, has now revealed videos of some of the characters in action, including Bowser Jr. and Shulk. Kotaku is speculating that the leak may have come from a Nintendo member, but Nintendo has not yet made any comment on the matter. So what do you guys think? All right, Aaron's here, and he's going to tell you guys a little bit about what's going to be on Social Hour in just a little bit.
Hi guys, Aaron here. What's up guys? I'm going to be talking to you guys about some Social Hour coming soon, and I want to tease you guys with a little tweet that we got earlier coming to us from Sean at GameMuna. He says, "Good Aaron, in 20 years, will our future children be cursing up a storm when they play Call of Duty?" I hope not. What's up with kids nowadays? Every time I go into a Call of Duty server, it's like 13-year-olds screaming about my mom and my father and how they want to hurt me, and it's just weird and painful. But for now, for good news, we're going to go back to Miss Elizabeth Panos. Take it away, Mrs. Panos.
I didn't realize that they were saying they wanted to hurt you specifically, Aaron.
Oh.
Atari founder Nolan Bushnell says that the company's decision to sell to Warner Communications in 1976 was a mistake that cost the company almost everything. When Reddit user Reliant asked Bushnell what the biggest lesson he learned was on the website, Bushnell replied, "Don't sell to big Hollywood studios. Atari had an extraordinary corporate culture that was destroyed within 2 years of the sale. I think Atari would still be important today if that sale hadn't occurred. Game of Thrones fans, if you're not completely caught up yet like me, cover your eyes and ears. Anyone who watches knows that the HBO series isn't exactly happy-go-lucky, but it's a lot less depressing with video game sounds. YouTube user Ozzyman has re-edited some of the episodes using sound effects to create a Game of Thrones retro gaming style video. When Destiny launches next month, September, players will not be able to trade items with other players. Bungie was very clear with everyone when asked about the ability to trade objects in the game. They replied with a simple, nope. Sounds kind of like Steve Jobs' emails there. The developer would like the players to earn items on their own. In April, Bungie's lead player designer Tyon Green told IGN that a player-to-player economy could come to Destiny sometime down the road if the community calls for it, and if the studio can overcome the security situations for all platforms. Destiny launches September 9th on the Xbox 360, Xbox One, PS3, and PS4. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm Elizabeth Panos with The Grid Gaming. I'm on Twitter and Instagram at GridElizabeth, and also on Facebook at Elizabeth Panos. And now Aaron's going to take you guys away with some category games.
What's up, guys? Aaron here, and I'm back for some gaming categories, where I take a look at different gaming categories and talk to you guys about them. So I'm gonna dive right in. I went with games developed by Bandai Namco, some of the greatest games ever. So first off was a game called Pac-Man Kart Rally, and my initial reaction for the whole game, it was okay. It's basically supposed to be obviously like a Mario Kart type clone. Now, there's some pretty cool things in the game, like the character selection. You can be the guy from like Dig Dug, you can be the prince from Katamari, you can also be like the Galaga ship. But the main thing in the game that I didn't like was the control and the mechanics of the game. It just felt really wonky is really the best word for it. Now, the fact that it did try to copy Mario Kart, another thing that it did, even though it's not gonna even come close to copying because it's on a phone and a tablet, not amazing Nintendo console, but is the blocks. When you're riding around in your car, you hit blocks and it does the whole Mario thing, and they're little question blocks that look exactly like Mario Kart, and then you get a pick from them, and when you do it, you get to either like shoot or have like a booster. I don't know, the whole thing to me just really felt like the same. But we're gonna go on to the next game, which is Pac-Man Friends, which is actually, I will say right off the bat, my favorite of all of them. Elizabeth was actually mad that I was talking about this because she saw me playing and she's like, hey, I like that game. You don't be playing no Pac-Man games, And I was like, listen girl, I'm gonna play it. It's basically like a Pac-Man game, but that brings a little bit of a new element to it. Now the thing that's new in it is you play with, well, it's called Pac-Man Friends, so you kind of play with little friends. There's like little ghost buddies you can play with that kind of roam around the screen with you. Now it's kind of cool because when you go with them, they move wherever you do. Now that sounds simple, but the thing is, they don't stick by you. So when you move it somewhere and say you're on the top of the screen, they're on the bottom, they're gonna kind of move around to a next spot, so it's kind of wacky. But the main thing that I didn't like overall about the game was also the gameplay. It felt kind of weak. It didn't feel strong. I know a lot of times, maybe because I'm not using a joystick, but Pac-Man games, especially with a joystick, when you move that control around, it's like that click, click, click. It's moving around strong. It feels good. But now, speaking of feeling good, you know what feels good? To kill animals. No, I'm just kidding. Don't. Kids, stay away from guns and stuff like that. But unless it's a bad animal, we should probably move on. The game is called Bird Zapper, and what it is you actually play as a little squirrel who is upset because you were hanging around doing your little thing on your pole, watching TV, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, these birds start taking your stuff. So you gotta steal from them. So you gotta start killing them, kill up the birds basically because they're just hanging out, and you kill them and you get to take the electricity back. Kind of a weird story, I will admit. I mean, killing birds is really the whole moral. You gotta do the color matching thing like you do in a lot of phone games. This one felt fun because there was some new elements like the bird that freezes the whole place. There's also like the Joker bird that keeps everything going the same colors. Also, there's like a sergeant army bird. And when you see the army bird, it's kind of cool because he blows everything up. And I gotta go, I'm out of here. But I'm coming back for social hour. Elizabeth and I, it's time to go. Social hour! Hi guys, I'm Aaron Stapish.
Hey guys, I'm Elizabeth Panos.
And welcome back to Social Hour. We got to talk to you guys because we like to talk to you and to ourselves in the bedrooms at night. Separately.
What?
That was the weirdest intro I've ever done in my life, and I apologize to everybody.
Right now.
Let's just get into some tweets. That's scary stuff. First one comes from General Eastwood. He says, this video would have been better with Aaron as the teacher instead. Stupid, sexy, stapish. There was a video where Elizabeth was dressed kind of, what's the word?
I don't know.
Sultry?
Maybe.
And it would look, I agree, all videos.
Well, wait till you guys meet my sister. That's all I have to say.
That's coming up. Aaron Harding says, Elizabeth, you shouldn't have worn a white shirt while you did the ice bucket challenge.
I know, but listen, I did the ice bucket challenge 3 times. I messed up. So by the 3rd time when I was in a white shirt, I was like, dude, I'm not getting changed again. But still, it was better than the first time I wardrobe malfunction. Okay, go on.
I'm just going to move on from that. Scotty says, have you found Demon's Crest yet? He's talking to me. It's a game me and Ricky have been trying to find forever. Well, I have. Ricky has too. I haven't. I haven't at all, and it's sad. Team Phantom says, where do you see the future of physical games heading as a game collector? I don't know. Hopefully I still see them because that's the whole future right there is will I see them? Go ahead, jump in.
No, I was going to say, somebody else, what was the tweet? They said, what will it be like in 10 years? I hope, well, I was going to say that I hope that there are still physical games around. It's not just all digital.
Me too. Shed a tear for the physical games and hope and pray they still stay around. Next comes to us from Allie Flanagan. She says, I am so smart, SMRT. I'm cool because I know that's a quote, Homer Simpson quote from The Simpsons. I am right there. Kev says, Space Harrier 2, as awesome as the original? Serious question. I don't think you've played it, but I've played the game. Space Harrier 1 and 2, I would say I liked 1 better just for nostalgic reasons. Next one comes from Ricky Cooper, and he says,
that's the one I already answered.
This is the one you were talking about. You can read it then. Read it. Go ahead. Read it verbatim.
What do you think the future of video games will be like in 10 years? That was the verbatim question that I already answered. So move on.
Nikki Smith says, at what point in life you guys thought we love retro NES games, but now we want to collect them all? That's referring to me and Ricky too, I guess. And he was probably watching all the Ricky videos recently. So I don't know, about Ricky! About 2 years ago. Next one comes from Narc. He says, when are we going to get a tour? A day in the life, if you will.
We did that. It's on YouTube. It's like the 4th video we ever posted.
Yeah, so watch it again.
We'll post the link.
We should probably post a longer one in the future. Next one comes to us from Taylor Hoyt. He says, I blame Grid Aaron, and that's because Elizabeth Instagrammed a picture of a tattoo she got. Is that a real tattoo?
No, guys, it's a henna. I was messing with you.
Nobody knew. People were going. Make a Path Present says Resident Evil still has fans. LOL. I'm teasing, of course. Not a lot of people are still loving Resident Evil out there. Oh my God, time's up. Memefield and Jason Newman. We're not even going to read your tweets because we got to go. We just want to say thanks for tweeting us. Again, you guys, I'm Aaron Stapish.
I'm Elizabeth Panos.
Thanks for talking to us here in Social Hour.